My next guests are part of a nonprofit organization that helps hundreds of children and adults with special needs. Therapeutic Arts and Recreation uses music, dance, and leisure activities to empower and educate their clients. The group's 16th annual fundraising event takes place later this month. It's a special evening that showcases the talents and skills of FAR's clients. Here's a look at some past performances. Joining me now is the president of FAR, Pamela Ayers, along with dance therapist and counselor, Candace Moss. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you. Absolutely. I have to say, I didn't know about FAR before I saw this on the schedule for the show. What a great idea, and what a fabulous way to sort of tap into that hidden human potential that we all have.
Well, the unique thing about FAR is we're 65 years old, and unless you have somebody in your life with a special need, you may not have heard of us. Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're trying to change that. We've really expanded in the last couple of years, and we've rebranded our organization so we can get out into the community and service more people with special needs. So it's a very exciting time for us.
And talk about some of the things that you do. And we saw the performances there at your fundraisers, but talk about some of the things you do all year to sort of service this community.
Well, FAR, like I said, is a 65-year-old organization. We service 1,200 people a year with special needs. We're pretty unique in the fact that we work with any age and any diagnosis. So we have 18-month-old babies that we're working with right now, and a woman who Candace actually sees for dance therapy, who's in her 80s with dementia. Wow. So we really work with a wide range. We do private therapy in music, art, recreation, and dance, and we're very excited. We just had Candace come on board, and she's our first certified dance movement therapist. So it's pretty exciting. We do private therapy and group therapy as well. We really try to focus on any need that somebody in the special needs community has.
Yeah, and the way you define that community, that special needs community, is really broad. I mean, as you point out, I mean, it's not just one type of disability that somebody might have. It's a really wide range.
Absolutely, and that is another reason why we're kind of unique in the fact that we work with families and friends that are on the autism spectrum, Down syndrome, Fragile X, any age and any diagnosis.
Yeah, yeah. Candace, you're working to use dance, which I love, the idea of the arts, sort of as a way to provide therapy for these clients.
Absolutely, yes. Dance movement therapy is seems pretty new to the state of Michigan. I'm just excited to be a part of FAR, and I'm just excited to share what dance movement therapy is, and that being, it's a form of psychotherapy where we use the modality of dance or movement to access or to further integrate an individual's their cognitive functioning, behavioral, emotional, and even physical, because we are moving. So it just helps them, their level of functioning on a daily basis, just continue to get further and increase and improve. So that's what we're
I would imagine that this is something, again, that would be useful to a really wide range of people at FAR. In other words, people with cognitive disabilities might benefit, but so might somebody who's been in an accident or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be an impairment. We can eventually move into special needs with marriage. So couples, a lot of movement. So a lot of that is an intimate, the importance in just the body, the use of the body, and how far and expand, how wide of a range you can go with the use of your body. So I'm just excited to be able to bring that to FAR and to the surrounding areas of city of Detroit, and Yeah, I'm just excited to be here and
That's
doing
really
that.
great.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that one of the things that you deal with these clients is the idea of isolation. I would think that the fear would be that they live isolated lives, and it's more difficult for them to sort of get a chance to interact with other folks.
Oh, absolutely, and that's why we've created some of our programs around that get our kids out into the community, or our clients out into the community. We have a social connections group that every Tuesday they get in our FAR van and they go out into the community. They've gone to Tigers games, but they've also gone grocery shopping.
Wow.
So they've got to meet people from the military. So it's just been a really great opportunity, and to be honest, I think it really benefits the community, our typical community, even more than our FAR friends that are out in the community, because it gives people a chance to see what they have to offer, and it's a really quite a great group of people.
Yeah. So this year's fundraiser is coming up.
Yes, it is.
You want to talk about some of the things that we might expect to see there?
I would love to, and I thank you for sharing a little bit of last year's
We saw some of
So
last
last year our theme was the British invasion, so you heard a lot of music from the Beatles and everything. This year we're doing the American Songbook. So any Sinatra fans out there, or Mancini, Gershwin, we've got just some amazing music. It incorporates music, art, and dance therapy, and it's a pretty special event because it gives our clients a chance to perform on stage and have the opportunity that a lot of typical kids have, which is performing out in the public, and they just do an amazing job. It's really a special evening. We'll have over 600 people there. So the Seligman Performing Arts Center at Country Day hosts us every year and opens their beautiful auditorium to us. So it's a wonderful experience for everybody.
I was going to say, I would bet for the kids who participate, or the kids or adults who participate, that's like a life-changing event, right? Getting on stage and sort of doing your thing, right?
You have to bring Kleenex, because I'm telling you, it's wonderful. But one of the performances in the show, Candace works with families. So she has dads dancing with their daughters with special needs, moms dancing with their sons, and it's pretty amazing. And they work so hard for the last 6 weeks.
How long does it take to prepare for this event every year?
Well, our therapists work with the clients, sometimes in their individual sessions, but then every Saturday for about 6 weeks prior to the event, we have big rehearsals, and they work very, very hard. It's a huge commitment, because some of our youth that are performing and our adults that are performing, they're giving up their whole, a good portion of their Saturday to rehearse and everything. But it's
So Candace, are the dads and daughters and moms and sons ready?
They are doing awesome. I can't wait for everyone to see how hard they've been working. Yes, extra time and the extra effort. I was just encouraging a client the other day, just moving through the space and seeing her dad right at the bottom, me encouraging her and pushing her, and seeing him right at the bottom of the steps to encourage her as well. It was just breathtaking to see the encouragement and the support that these young children have around them.
Yeah. What kind of things does this community still need that maybe it's not getting, even from a group like FAR? I mean, I always sort of wonder, are we doing enough with government and nonprofit and philanthropy and things like that for communities like these?
Well, that's a really good point to bring up, because one thing is what our therapists are able to accomplish with our clients is amazing, but it is not government funded. The creative arts therapy is not supported by the government or insurances. So it's really important to get out there and start advocating for our special needs community, so we can get these services looked on as important as PT and OT and speech therapy, which are all very, very important.
Right.
But
so this is
so is creative arts therapy.
Right. I mean, this is not treated the same way as those things would be, which are pretty standard with people's insurances. If you're in the hospital or under some certain kinds of care, you get those things.
Absolutely. And then FAR needs to grow. We are pretty much at capacity in Oakland and Macomb County. We have 2 different locations. Our headquarters is out of the First Presbyterian Church in Birmingham. They've gifted us space for over 30 years, so we don't have the overhead of rent and electricity bills and maintenance. So we're very lucky. We also have a church out in Macomb County that gifts us space as well. So it's time for us to move into Wayne County County and expand into Macomb County a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because with all the transportation issues in this state,
Absolutely.
people can't get to us, so we're going to have to go to them.
Yeah.
We also provide therapy in 9 different public school systems, so it's a really great way to expand our reach, because sometimes kids in the public school system, they're not getting art or music or gym because of their ability. So we are able to provide that by providing our art therapist and our recreational therapist out into the public schools.
And what you need to do those things is money and
We need
support,
money,
right?
yeah, and that's why our Far Friends event is so important. 100% of the money that we raise from that event, it's underwritten by the Volbrick Foundation, so anything that we make off of that event goes directly to our
Goes to you.
scholarship
Oh,
fund.
very good.
And because over a third of our clients are on scholarship to get our services. So that's a very important day for us.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all the great work and
you.
on the upcoming fundraiser.
Thank you.
And thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely.